Welcome back, everybody, to the Birdies and Bourbon Show. Dan, you can call me a New Mexican at this point, brother. We had a fantastic trip to New Mexico, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. And I think it's Paco Ridge we passed. I don't know if you remember, but I'd written them earlier in the year, and they said they had some things that were changing, wasn't quite ready. So we did not play, but I bring that up to say, I think we're going to have a little trip back to Albuquerque in Q1 of 2022. And they're going to try to get a little tea time out there. We'll see how it goes.
Nice. Yeah, that's really good, man. How was the weather?
The weather was fantastic. I would say, 65, 70 during the day. Got down to the 40s, 45 at night, but still not too bad. Saw a little Chris Stapleton show while we were out there.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah. So Chris is, he's rocking as usual. Oh, you know who opened for him was Jamie Johnson.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Got a little twofer out there of some outlaw countrymen. It was good. Yeah, it was real good. Let's see. So
what'd you pick up?
That's what did I get? So I picked up some pretty cool bottles from Costco. Got some single barrels and they're bottled in bond. So the new Kirkland releases. I got a Knob Creek 2001 limited edition. I got a Basil Hayden toasted. I posted a picture of that, man. Good Lord, you should have saw the hate mail I got off of that thing.
Oh, really?
Not us in particular, but that Basil Hayden toasted bottle, like a lot of people. I haven't cracked into it yet, but I didn't get a single comment or response that was positive. Everybody was talking about how shitty it was. So I don't know. Looking forward to doing a review on that pretty soon. May not be a very good, it may be a decent review, but the review may not be decent. So I don't know. We'll
one positive review. Wow.
No, not one positive review, but the cocktail scene is kicking out there, though, man.
Really is it? Yeah. Anything to call out as like the cocktail of the land of all?
So we drink a lot of Sotol while we were out there. So, given we're in New Mexico and Sotol it's an agave spirit. So similar to kind of like a mezcal. And really it's just based on kind of where it's made is the reason that it's not mezcal. But yeah, we drank a lot of agave spirits while we were out there. Had plenty of bourbon, but the Sotol and mezcal, the agave spirits are really kicking. So by the way, if you want some cocktail recipe ideas, go check out Robert Simonson's book.
There you go. Yeah, I saw a picture of the book. I guess it was on one of them shelves out there too. Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we were at the I think it's the Durant Pharmacy. So it's a little kind of old school pharmacy, and then they got a diner in the back kind of thing. While we were waiting on the table, we browsing around in the little store there, Five and Dime, and had his book on the shelf. So pretty cool.
Nice, man. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Looking forward to getting him back on, talk about some more stuff, maybe in the spring or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Who won the golf tournament this weekend?
Who won the golf tournament this weekend? Do you have to kick it over to me for that? I mean, my goodness, it was Lucas Herbert. What do you want to do?
It was, kind of a weird weekend just with flights and trying to get everybody in there. The weather didn't cooperate. So it was an interesting tournament for sure.
Who came in second place? I'll quiz you now.
I think Danny Lee, right? I believe Danny Lee came in second place.
Patrick Reed.
Oh, sorry, Patrick Reed. Yeah, he was actually making a pretty good charge there at the end of that.
Yeah.
He was looking pretty good. How'd your one and done do? I think my one and done definitely.
You beat me. I was leading going into Sunday, but I didn't have a good Sunday. Danny Lee and Patrick Reed both tied. I was just messing with you.
Oh, so what you're saying is I was right.
What I'm saying is I threw you off. I threw you off.
That's partially correct.
So your one and done finished 12th, and mine was a little bit further down than that. Mine was 30th. So yeah. But no, Scott Stallings shot a 62 on Sunday.
I thought Scott Stallings looked like he had a pretty good chance to take something there. I think every time, his past this season, if he makes the cut, he's finishing T5 or better, I believe. I think that's
wow.
That's a good one. So now that's when he makes the cut, but when he makes the cut, man, he's definitely delivering. So.
Well, I was pleasantly surprised about Patrick Reed because, we're big fans of his, and he had that struggle, earlier this year, I guess like two months ago. He had some challenges with pneumonia,
double pneumonia
and all that. Yeah. And it seemed like, hey, he had something going this one here, and he's playing again this week. So we're going to get into him again this week. But holy cow, man. Yeah, I'd love to see it. I mean, we love having Pat Reed in the fight there on a Sunday, don't we?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I think this the Mayakoba coming up. I mean, I think that's a good. That course looks like it kind of sets up really well for him. So we'll get into that in a bit. Before we do, though, breaking news.
Breaking news.
I don't know if it's still breaking or not. But the I'm going to miss the name. But there's the shark. The shark has been announced. Oh, look at you. Already a fanboy.
I'm supporting the Asian Tour.
So it's the Asian Tour, and it's the Saudi Premier League, I think is what they're going to be calling it. So Greg Norman is going to be the director, CEO of that new tour. So good for Greg, I guess. Do you think? And check that. So Mayakoba this week at El Camaleón is a Greg Norman course. So you think there's any coincidence that I don't think so. I think it was planned. I don't think it was a coincidence in them naming that. So yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen. I think it's a 10-year, $100 million investment. Is that what I caught it as?
200 million.
200 million, 10-year investment. So I don't know. We'll see where things wind up. Is Greg Norman relevant? I mean, I guess he'll be stepping down.
Hold the phone.
Oh no,
you're kind of stepping all over yourself here when you said.
Oh no.
Do you think it was a coincidence that this was, this last weekend, and we're going into the last couple events of the year? And oh, by the way, Greg Norman course this next week. Here's what I have to say about that. Okay. So you take Bryson and Brooks and take all those guys, Rickie Fowler, all those guys, right? And you ask Greg Norman if it was a coincidence that he announced it this weekend. I think his reaction would be, hold my beer.
He would probably say, hold my glass of wine.
There you go. AKA, I'm the king of this stuff here, buddy. Don't you forget who started this. I mean, Arnie, get all that. But Greg was a marketeer. Oh, yeah. So.
Yeah. And has continued to be a driving force in the golf world. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there's going to be a huge impact on the US market. I mean, first off, we're not going to be able to watch it, right? I mean, the majority of the tournaments are going to be played when we're sleeping. It's going to be 11 p.m. to whatever, 4 or 5 a.m., right? So everything will be reruns. And then I don't know who's going to play. I mean, I don't want to say that these folks are, I mean, clearly they're going to throw some money at it, right? I mean, they're going to throw money at players to get folks. And I don't know, do people want to see Scott Stallings? I mean, is Scott Stallings going to be a draw for people when they're watching the Saudi Premier League, or do they want to see McIlroy and John Rahm and Hideki Matsuyama? And that's who they want to see, right? And granted, there's plenty of great talent in the international market, but I mean, do we know who they are in the US? Probably not. Do the folks in Asia know who they are? If, for the casual fan, I don't know. I mean, if you're really into it, you've got a golf podcast, you probably know a lot more about it than we do. But I don't know what the impact is going to be other than to grow the Asian Tour. I think that's really that's the metric, I think, that kind of drives success for that league. And I don't know that they're going to wind up with the draw that they're looking for. However, I guess Greg and Tim Fincham, I guess he can kind of jab him back now. So
there you go. Yeah. And my understanding from reading some of these articles that's come out the last couple of days is that they're aligning with the Asian Tour, and because they're doing that, these events will have OWGR points associated with them. So if you do play in them, you are not necessarily just playing there just to play. You are getting something out of it in terms of a ranking, which you qualified for majors, etc. So it is a step up. And the other part too is I think it's going to. What I'm not understanding is it's going to start. It's not like this is a what if. It's like I think it's go time, right? It's gonna start, and they're gonna align with them, and they're gonna try and get players to come on board. It's not being talked about. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, which probably a good time. I mean, if it's if they're gonna start during the the end of the year in 2022, I mean, where things are kind of dying down on the PGA Tour, right? And the field what we're gonna see this week. I mean, it's solid, as solid as it can be. But we're definitely going to have some, I don't know if you want to call them off weeks from the PGA Tour perspective. So I don't know. I mean, I'll check it out and see what it is, but I don't know that it's I don't think it replaces the PGA Tour in any fashion. I think it's supplemental to what we're going to be watching on a weekly basis. So
you might see some of those Cobra guys going over to play. Bryson, Rickie, you might have a tie-in with the Shark. You can't say no to the Shark. Who knows, right?
Well, I mean, if Rickie's thinking about how he gets back in the top 100, I mean, I'd be looking at some schedules. Is what I'd be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe his path back into some of these majors he's been missing for the longest. And
Shark could give Phil some free wine.
Now, it wouldn't surprise me to see Phil playing in some of these things. I mean, he's probably already seeing, like, he hears the cash register going off in the back of his head. Yeah. He's like, who am I hustling out of this?
Yeah.
So speaking of Phil Mickelson, did you see who's the Bills quarterback?
Josh Allen. Yeah.
Josh Allen. Yeah. He did his had his Phil Mickelson Halloween costume. So obviously Halloween has passed us by. But out of the costumes that you saw, who had the best costume?
John Rahm.
John. Yeah, he was Roy Kent from
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Roy Kent. Yeah. I thought that was a really good costume. Who else was out there? He had Finau was the Goon Squad.
JT was, I think he was Will Ferrell. Yeah. Supersonic or whatever it's called. Yeah. Max Homa did the Bridesmaids. Yeah.
That one didn't register to me. I didn't know what that one was.
I didn't either. But apparently a lot of people did. I mean, you and I we're not into it, man. I mean, so there you go.
Good point. Good point.
But nobody was I don't know. Yeah, I mean, spirits are lying. I mean, nobody was Miguel. I would like to see somebody be Miguel.
I did see it. It wasn't any. Well, I shouldn't say that they're not famous. I didn't see it. It wasn't a professional athlete, but I did see a Miguel outfit.
You did?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, it was on somebody's Instagram page. I saw it, so it was pretty good. Legitimate. I would have, side profile. I knew who it was right away. So
I'm surprised you didn't go as like Jimmy Russell or Pappy Van.
Well, there's always next year. Let me make it up.
I'd like to see you go as like Pappy Van Winkle and do a mashup with something else. Yeah. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. Yeah. We'll work on it. It could be like the top half could be something like Pappy, and then the bottom half could be something else or something too.
Yeah. I did see somebody dressed their kid up like John Daly. He had the pants on and had his mullet. So
nice.
That one was pretty good.
Nice.
What else did I get into? The Sweetens Cove Golf Club. They're having their ugly sweater golf tournament on December the 10th, I believe. So I'll be making a trip up there with Madamsky and the crew. I think Lee's going to be there, and Miller and Howard. So lots of Browner's going to be there. So looking forward to teeing it up with those guys. Fingers crossed that the weather cooperates. December the 10th in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. Could be a little dicey. So we'll see how that goes. But
I see you've been doing some reviews, and you got some new stuff before you went on your little mini vacation too. Did you get some Chattanooga? And
I did, yeah. I got a Chattanooga bottle and bond. I got a Chattanooga single barrel. Matt O'Clair from Clearwater Distilling. Let me show this bottle. He just. I guess I should have been drinking this. So he did so if you're a Fireball fan, this is his new release. It is not Fireball, by the way, but it is a cinnamon whiskey, and it is called Scandalous. So I'll be, I may actually go. I don't have any Fireball. I don't need any now that I've got this. But yeah, be sure to check out clearwaterdistilling.com. Our friends over there. And Matt, thanks again for sending the bottle. We'll get some reviews out on this one as soon as possible. Got a hold of one of those 14-year light whiskeys, which is fantastic. And then here's the nut that I got. Pretty cool. So this was from the Georgia Bourbon Social Club. So it's their Jack Daniel's single barrel pick. If you can see that. And then it's got a cool little sticker there.
Oh yeah, was that from
Animal Farm?
Animal House.
Animal House.
Yeah.
I haven't cracked that one yet, but yeah, I'll get into those this week. And
so that Clearwater cinnamon whiskey is going to make some really good base for some good holiday cocktails.
Ooh, yeah, some good like a good eggnog, maybe. I'm thinking.
Oh, an eggnog,
a good eggnog riff. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to get gotta get a good recipe for some eggnog. But yeah, if anybody's watching, you've got a good recipe, like a family recipe for some homemade eggnog, send that my way. And of course, the Evan Williams eggnog, probably maybe we'll just add it in there.
I think Clearwater's got some too. Make sure you reach out to him and ask him if he's doing the eggnog this year.
That is right. I do remember that from a recent show. He mentioned that. So
coming up this week, before we get into the Mayakoba, we are going to be releasing our Pinehurst pod, a prequel
to our homage to the sand hills of North Carolina. I had a great time with Ben, kind of chatting everything Pinehurst and sharing I think he was sipping on Knob Creek, I believe, for the show.
I think it was. Yeah.
So shared a pour and great, some great insight and what he's done in his tenure at Pinehurst and things to come. So looking forward to getting that out and letting people have a listen.
Oh, he knew what show he was on. We got some John Daly story.
Oh yeah.
Good stuff. That was fun. That was a good thing. He's sitting out there in front of the cradle, making you jealous. You're like, hey, give me a club. Give me a club.
I'm looking forward to that, man. What's a couple weeks out, right? So it should be a good time up there. Again, fingers crossed, man. Hope the weather cooperates with us. So
yep.
We shall see. Well, are you ready to head to Mexico? Hey, do you think it was a coincidence that I just got back from New Mexico and now we're going to be talking about Mexico?
There are no coincidences. No.
Just saying. It's everything has a plan. Everything has a plan. And here we are in the maybe I can get this all out. The Worldwide Technology Championship at Mayakoba. This is going to be played at, as we previously mentioned, a Greg Norman designed golf course, the El Camaleón in Riviera Maya, Mexico. It is a par 71, just over 7,000 yards. And, I would tell you what kind of grass is on the greens, but I really can't pronounce Papinellum. That's as good as I can get there. I've been drinking and we'll move on from that. I think this has been played here since 2007. Our most previous winners. So you got Javi in 2020, Brendan Todd in 19, Kuchar in 18, Patton Kizzire in 17, and Pat Perez in 2016. Is this the year P Squared comes back and chalks and records another victory on the PGA Tour? I don't know. We'll find out. So what's kind of going to work here? Driving accuracy is definitely going to be rewarded. We say it week in and week out. Here we are at a ball strikers course once again. So you got kind of a mix, I guess, right, with the winners. I mean, Javi's long enough, Todd's long, and then you got Matt Kuchar kind of thrown in there and Pat Perez. So obviously it's nothing that the short hitters aren't going to be able to compete at. Just looking to see if there's any notable second place finishes. Not really. I mean, there's plenty. I shouldn't say that. Plenty of notable second place finishes, but we've got. I think we've got 3 par 5s on this golf course once again, and I believe we had that last week as well. So, yeah, I don't know, Dan. It's probably one of the better lineups that we've seen in a while, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was looking at it this morning when the DK came out, and I was like, wow, this is a really good field. It's gonna be a fun one because also it's behind us, it's not in front of us. Even the Bermuda last week was like an hour ahead of us, so it looks like it's a little bit more challenging to watch or whatnot. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. Is this the one where Brooks didn't make the cut last year and then was being fed grapes by his girlfriend?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Just keep that in mind with your Brooks.
Well, let me keep rambling. Let me check that out. Let me confirm that for you.
Well, this was the one where
he did. He's played in the past 5 years. He's played it one time, which was last year, and he missed the cut. So yeah.
I think this is where his girlfriend was feeding him grapes afterwards, and he was like, "Oh well."
So what you're saying is
take Brooks Koepka. Yeah.
Brooks Koepka is your one and done, and he will be beachside for the rest of the weekend.
Exactly.
Not at the tournament. Okay, so let's get into these guys and let's see. So at the $10,000 and better range, you just we're bookending this thing. You've got Justin Thomas at $11,200, and at the bottom of the $10,000 range, you just mentioned him, the great man himself, Brooks Koepka, and you got a lot of stuff in between there, of which there's a few folks that are kind of surprising me that are in this field or that are in the 10,000 and better range. How about you? Who do you like at $10,000 and better?
Well, we got to go hobby. You got to go hobby, and you got to go. I like Finau here. Yeah, those are my two. Those are my two. Those are my two.
Back-to-back tournament champion with Viktor Hovland. I think that's probably a good play there. I'll tell you, I would say the only guy that I'm probably fading is Tyrrell Hatton. Well, 2 guys, Tyrrell Hatton and Brooks Koepka. And the one gentleman that we haven't seen in quite some time, I'll tell you, the last time we saw Billy Ho, yeah, it was at the Tour Championship, but I think he's been playing some European tournaments, I believe. I could be totally wrong about that, but I thought that's what I saw. You can correct me if I'm right or wrong, by the way. So let's see. What's Horschel looking like here? Plenty of top 10 finishes for him. Again, shouldn't have any trouble hitting the fairways, and yeah, he's putting good. So I think I like Billy Ho in this situation. That's probably where I'm starting. His numbers don't necessarily look great in the past 24 rounds, but I'm not going to let that steer me away from Billy Horschel. I'm definitely going to be moving in that direction. Yeah, he finished T9 at the Tour Championship. So yes, I think Billy Ho. I think Abe is a pretty interesting play here. Tournament history. Where's Abe answer? T12, T8, T21, T9, and T55. He'll be playing in front of his hometown crowd in his home, well, not hometown, but his home country. So I don't know, man. I'm thinking, just coming off a recent win for Abe.
Yeah, I could see that too. Yeah. So highest projected ownership in the $10,000 range is Abe at 20%. Lowest is BK at 6%, probably because he's got grapes on his mind.
He says, this is called a free vacation, boys and girls. So there you go. Yeah. So I really do, outside of Tyrrell Hatton and Brooks Koepka, I don't think you can go wrong. I don't know if my one and done is going to come out of that group or not. It may, but it may not. So how about the $9,000 range, Dan? Who do you like here? Who you taking? Who you sitting?
You know what's funny is like I like Aaron Wise here. It's $9,600, 19% projected ownership. T5 at the CJ Cup, T8 at Shriners, T26 at Sanderson, 17th at the BMW, 21st at Northern Trust. Playing really well. If you look at his chart, it's up and to the right, which is exactly what you want to see in this field. Last 24 rounds, 38th off the tee, 31st on approach, 32nd putting. I mean, I don't see how you can go wrong there, other than he's kind of pricey. But what do you think about Aaron Wise?
I think those back-to-back top 10 finishes he has says I'm worth it. That's what I think about Aaron Wise.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why wouldn't I go in that direction? So I think he's good. Well, you go ahead. You can continue.
I'm gonna say I like Pat Reed here too. I think he's back. I think he's feeling good. I think the only thing that was keeping him down was just the health problems he had a couple months ago with the pneumonia. But that's nothing that he could have predicted or whatnot, and it just knocked him out for a little while, right? But I think he's back. He's feeling good, and I think you saw the results last week. Coming challenging on Sunday, he missed by one, right? So. I think he's back. I think the short game is going to be valuable to him this week. And I think he stands a good chance. So he's only 7% projected ownership. So in the DK perspective, I really like Patrick Reed this week.
Yeah, I do too. And by the way, thanks for pulling up fantasynational.com so I can see who and what we're talking about. Much appreciated, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to hit Taylor Gooch, I think is, so we've got 2 top 5 finishes in 2 of his last 3 starts. So I think Taylor Gooch is probably a direction that I'm going to be leaning.
So is Taylor Gooch the new Cooch? Is he like Gooch?
Hey, why not? He ranks out 26th in this model. Off the tee is, I guess, his weakest category. But again, coming off those 2 top 5s and at the Shriners, I think it was T11, right? So, I mean, you can call it T11 or better in his last 3 tournaments. So I think Taylor Gooch is going to be a direction that I'm leaning, and many others will be as well.
Yeah, 100%.
If there are any fades in the $9,000 range, I don't really see any that I'm kind of moving away from.
What do you think about Zalatoris here?
I think yes. I think that I'd be hard pressed not to play him here in some lineups. T52 last year, so
it was his first year too. I mean, and it's like, I think he's sleeping this week. Like. He's a sleeper, and to call him a sleeper is, hey, can you really call him a sleeper? I think you can, because he's not in the $10,000 range, and he deserves to be. So I think he's misplaced in the pricing this week.
I think Matt Wolff is going to catch my attention this week as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Second at the Shriners, T17 Sanderson Farms. So I think I saw enough at the Shriners to say, it's probably a go. I think he's struggling a little bit off the tee, but again, the fairway should be pretty easy to hit. So I think that's a direction for me. I don't know, again, as far as fades go, I don't think I need to fade anybody in the $9,000 range. I think you can pick freely.
Yeah, I think I'm going to live in the $9,000 range as much as I can. Yeah. There's not much there to fade for sure. No, I mean that's a good range. It's a really good range. Yeah.
I think the $8,000 range probably has the 8,000. The winner could easily come out of the 8. I mean, it could come out of any of them, obviously. But I think the $8,000 range is interesting in the sense of, I mean, what are we going to get out of Rickie Fowler? What are we going to get out of Sergio Garcia? What did Matt Fitzpatrick, who was, I think he was projected to, at least odds, he was favored for last week at Bermuda, and we get a T30 out of him. So I don't, Tringali T2 at the Zozo. I mean, I could definitely see him popping here. There's really, I mean, I'll say I like them all in the $8,000 range.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. So $8,000 range, the highest projected ownership is McNeely. No, Russell Henley. And then Mito goes first, then Russell. Sorry, guys, I'll scroll down. Mito at 17%, Russell at 13, Maverick McNeely at 11. So that's your highest there. Lowest looks like it could be Bezuidenhout. Yeah, I think it's
Christian Bezuidenhout.
Yeah.
And which probably, I mean, just that fact alone, that he's lowest projected owned in the $8,000 range. If that's where I need to shop at, I mean, that's probably steering me to Christian Bezuidenhout out of the just based on ownership alone there.
Yeah, I mean, so the highest is Mito, but how can you go wrong with Mito? I mean, you can't, right?
No, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, like why? Yeah, I mean, again, it's so at T30 Bermuda, T40 Shriners, T31 Sanderson, third at Fortinet. And then I guess the putter is the only thing that really is, if you're looking at it.
Is he priced appropriately for this? I mean, he's been crushing it, right? 17% projected ownership in the $8,000 range is by far beating everybody by like 5 points. But should he be like 8,700?
Well, let me just say they've got Bucky Fowler at 8,600. So there you go. Yeah. That should answer it itself. So, but yeah, I do think they probably missed the mark on him a little bit.
Yeah, I do too. Same thing with Russell Henley. I think he's a player this week.
Yeah. As do
Russell Henley is first on approach in this field. Last 24 rounds.
Okay, back-to-back missed cuts at this tournament and T29 in 2019. Mito, this will be his first outing here, as well as it will be Christian. So, whoops, I kind of bled into the $7,000 range there. Sorry. I don't know, Keegan. I mean, is Keegan somebody that might sneak in here? Maybe. Rickie Fowler missed the cut last year, no surprise. But then 19 and 18, you've got T16 and second. So I don't know. Maybe I'm probably going to work Rickie into a few lineups, I think. Yeah. He plays there a lot. He knows the course. Yeah. I'm gonna recommend too. Hey, by the way, I won money last week. Oh, so did I. I was going to wait to the end of the show to boast about all this, but yes, I did too. Obviously, I didn't win anything outright on the winner, and I'd like to know who did. Who had Herbert as the winner for the tournament and laid it down. I don't know what his odds were last week, but I'd like to know who won that bet and who they've been talking to. I'm going to start listening to their show. Let's see. Okay, $7,000 range. Give me a couple of folks you like here. Here's your boy Seamus. He has not had a good showing at the Mayakoba. Lucas Herbert. I'm playing Seamus this week. There's no way on that. He's ranked fourth in this model. T12 at Bermuda, T21 at Shriners, missed the cut at Sanderson, Northern Trust 31, Wyndham 60th. So he's on a really good tear. And approach, he's 33rd in this last 24 rounds against this field. Off the tee, 30th. Total, he's 4th, and then 15th putt. I mean, there's nothing I'm walking away from in terms of that guy there. His past history, fine. There's a different Seamus out there this year, and I'm playing him for sure. Yeah, Charlie Hoffman has missed 4 out of his last 5. Missed the cut 4 out of his last 5 tournaments here. Carlos Ortiz, T8 and T2 in 21 and 20. She usually shows up. Grillo's probably going to find his way into my lineup here. T8, T41, 15, T9, and T10. So I got to get, he's from Chile, right? Anything on Grillo? I think he's Chilean. I think so. I think so. Who else is kind of sneaky? Russell Knox, I think, is going to find his way into many of my lineups, and I may lean pretty hard on Russell Knox this week. T23, T33, T9, and 3. Argentina. Okay. I knew it was close. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, is this the week? Is Pat Perez going in, right? T52, T8, T6, T34, and winner in 2017. So, I don't know. At $7,200, I got Pat Perez and Matt Kuchar. I'm definitely going And you got Streelman and Pendrith in that $7,200 price tag. I'm probably leaning towards Pat Perez in that one. I really want to like Luke List here. However, he's missed the last 4 times he's played the Mayakoba. He has missed the cut. So and then T7 in 2017. So I don't know that it's going to allow me to go down that road. I don't know. Anybody else kind of stick out to you? HV3 might be an interesting play this week.
I like him.
Might go that direction.
I like Johnny Vegas still.
I think he's going to be headlining the Saudi Premier League.
Way to kick it off. I do like him there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do too. So, so again, for me, so I think Griot, just based on course history, Pat Perez, Russell Knox, that's probably the 3 that I'm kind of leaning on in the $7,000 range. What do you think about Scott Stallings? I mean, if he makes the cut, he's on a streak to get top 5. So,
yep. You cannot ignore the Sunday round. I can tell you that.
I know. All right, $6,000 range. I think there's a hell of a lot of value here. I think I'm probably going to start most of my lineups in the $6,000 range. Tom Hogue has been on a tear in T3 in 2021 at this tournament. Danny Lee, we just mentioned him, T2 with P. Reed at Bermuda this past weekend. I don't know. Is Danny Lee going to keep it hot? He didn't play here in 21. T26, second, T25, and then a withdrawal in 2017. I'm probably going to sprinkle a little Danny Lee in this thing. Guido Migliozzi, maybe. Who you liking in the $6,000 range, Danny?
You hit a lot of them right there, really, with Danny Lee and Hoagie. I think I like definitely going to play Hoagie at 6,900. He's a definite for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't love this range, but yeah.
You got Snedeker sitting down there. Brian Gay, T14, T41, T25, T28. I think it's probably a solid play. We got a Zach Johnson resurgence.
Mm-hmm.
2-time major winner, I believe. At $6,200. I think he's getting, I think he is going to round things out for getting 6 through the weekend or to the weekend. JT Poston, T41, T21, T14, and T35. Tyler Duncan, T23, T48, T38, and T50. JJ Spawn's got a great track record here. So, that's a direction I might lean. Dude, this guy, every time I don't play him, but every time I don't, he bites me in the ass. And Roy Sabatini, man, and he's got a pretty good track record here. So T40, 33, 55, and 77. But yeah, I may sprinkle a little. What country was he? What did he get? Was Scandinavia or somewhere? Where did he get citizenship so he could play in the Olympics?
I forget now.
He's the only golfer from the country. Here you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't know, and I'm probably gonna go back to Danny Lee, I guess, and maybe Charles Howell III. He's got a pretty good track record here too. So, good things. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna create a lineup today, but we do have to get to our one and dones. And then I got to brag about all this money I won, about how I'm just crushing Dan in the one and dones. And by the way, if you haven't caught on yet, whoever Dan picks, it's probably a good idea to go a different direction. Just saying. I don't know. I'm a little bit torn on my one and done. I don't know. So I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, you let me go first? I'm gonna take Aaron Wise.
Aaron Wise. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking like, do I want to go for somebody that's going to be favored? or do I want to try and go a sleeper pick? And I'm torn, but I don't know where else I'm going to use this guy at. And I'm going to say, given to me, track record, their course history looks good, hitting the ball good. Billy Ho is he's going to come out victorious.
You want Billy Horschel?
Yep.
Okay. Lock it in. Billy Ho's a good pick. It's a good pick. I like Billy Ho here. Yeah.
So I did win some. So I won money on DraftKings. I won money on the sports book. By the way, head over to busr.com/birdies for all your sports betting. That's busr.com/birdies for your sports betting. I did win some money in top 10s and top 20s place. And and again, I won some money on my on several of my DraftKings lineups. I think I had 6 lineups, and I had 4 of 6 get 6 people through to the weekend. So
that's pretty dang good.
Yeah, I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
I didn't sprinkle enough P. Reed. I did have some P. Reed in there. I didn't play enough though, man. I definitely should have played more of him. I listened to you, and I had Seamus Power in there. I'm like, oh, I won't make that mistake again.
That was your one and done.
I know, just kidding. No, he actually did quite well for me. So yeah. So it's good, solid.
It's been fun. I had a couple lineups last week, and I think I had like 1 get all 6 through, and a couple get like 5 through or whatnot. But overall, I played really well. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I mean, I wish the weather would have been a little bit better down there, but
I know. Yeah,
it wasn't a good showing for Bermuda in terms of weather-wise.
I did win this week in my fantasy football league, so I got another victory. Unfortunately, some other people didn't lose, so I think I'm going to remain in second place. It's kind of a tie, but they don't really tie, so it's going to be second. And my pick'ems. Oh, I got dusted, man. Lots of who'd the Dolphins play this weekend? Did they have a game? I didn't
Bills.
see
Wasn't it Bills?
Oh yeah. They got crushed by the Bills. Yeah.
Thanks for bringing it up. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah. Anything I can do to keep you down. Let's see. The Falcons got beat by the Panthers. Not surprised. I mean, but like they got beat by the B League Panthers, man. It's like, come on, Falcons, what are you doing? Man, I thought the Bravos were gonna pull it off, man. I think it was Freddie Freeman that hit the grand slam. I think it was Freddie Freeman. We were just getting back into town, so it's kind of moving around and stuff while the game was on. Bases loaded, just absolutely jacks one. I believe it was the first inning. What wasn't past the second? I think it was the first, but and I'm like going, well, shit. Okay, it's in the bag. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. We're heading back to Houston. So we'll see, man. It's gonna be fun. I don't know what the highest scoring series has been, but I would think that this one's got to be up there.
Yeah, I would think so too.
I mean, it's double digits. Like I think every game so far, total score between the two teams has been double digits, I believe.
I think so. And we got to get Johnny on to come talk about it. Maybe sometime in December, we can get John Smoltz on. That'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. We do need to connect. I wonder what he's doing tomorrow.
Maybe a little busy.
Let's see. What else is anything else? I'm trying to think. Did Yellowstone come back on, by the way?
It's coming back like another week, I think, right?
Okay. All right. Yeah, I knew it was. I hadn't checked, but I know I saw some advertisement about it. It was getting ready to hit again. So.
Oh yeah, your boy. Mm-hmm.
Ozarks. I think.
Does that come back?
I think so. A friend of the show. She's I'll probably butcher what she does. I'm going to call her the set designer. And in some fashion, that's what she is. But they just finished up the recording like a month or so ago, and that was the last one. But I don't remember when that show comes out. But
do we have a stage to prop in this new season?
It's possible. You could see a little birdies and bourbon. A set.
A set piece.
A set piece. Yeah, birdies and bourbon could be making its way in. I don't know. All I'm going to say is when it does come on, be sure to pay close attention to the man cave or the bar in the house. In the Kingpin's house. Pay attention to the bar. Could be a little product placement there. Could not be. I don't know. I wasn't there. Yeah. So other than that, again, looking forward to having sharing the show that we did with Ben Bridgers from Pinehurst this week. That'll be a hell of a lot more entertaining to listen to Dan and I ramble on about shit that we have absolutely no idea about. And who else do we have? We got a show that's going to be released probably next week, I would expect. We had a chance to chat with Jason over at Sub 70, so that's going to be a really fun show. We definitely got into a few pours on that one. And but just a fantastic show. Looking forward to getting my clubs in. Hopefully they'll be here this week and get to drop a review on those. I don't need to do a review. Head to sub70.com and maybe sub70golf.com. And there's plenty of reviews. I actually haven't seen anything bad about those guys. So looking forward to dropping that show with you to get to know more about direct to consumer.
To quote like Entourage on HBO back in the day, I think it was Vince or Turtle or one of those guys would say something as like being true. So when Cal says, "Yeah, we might have had a couple of pours
allegedly
with the Jason Flush," know that because it is for sure. Well, it was fun. It was fun. He's a really nice guy and making a great product. So yeah. I mean, they're standing behind the warranty. It's all direct to consumer, taking out that middleman. Think Warby Parker for golf clubs, right?
Yeah.
And he's doing a great job. So really great guy. Yeah.
Fun show for sure. We got a lot of cool spirits folks coming on. Again, we got to get Matt back on from Clearwater to talk about this release, and we got to figure out if he's going to be releasing eggnog. By the way, that's clearwaterdistilling.com, and I think he's shipping to all states now. I do believe there may be a couple of restrictions, but if it is, it's very limited. So he's got the e-commerce side of the house up and running there. Everything's looking good. The folks we got to get Good Times back on. We had a couple of scheduling issues, so we got to get those gents scheduled for another show.
We got some other ones too. We got benchmark tasting we got to do.
We're going to do a blind with the benchmark. We also have Dad's Hat Rise coming on. So I think I caught them on Instagram. They were on an Instagram live a week or two ago and reached out, and they're sharing some product.
And Blue Note, we got Blue Note coming up too, and
we got to get Blue Note. I think they'd recently had a kid, so I think that was what we were waiting on there for them to get back. But they probably are back, so we need to get rescheduled with them. So, and we're going to be recording later tonight. Well, not later tonight. We've got an upcoming show, I guess I should say. We're going to have Bill Bells from Clarity Golf. We're going to anything you want to know about golf simulators, we're going to find out. We don't know shit about golf simulators, but we're going to know a little bit more after we've had a chance to chat with Bill. So looking forward to talking about a segment of the industry that you don't get to hear a whole lot about. So from the technology side, I'm sure anybody that's listening, you've seen and or hit into a simulator. I know Sweetens Cove, they just put one in at the E9 retreat. I don't know what brand they have. But I would venture to say that Bill's probably had a hand in it at some point. I think he's been in the business for 30 years. So, so there we are, Dan. What else we got, bud?
Man, did you do anything fun for Halloween or no?
So not actually on Halloween day. It was kind of weird, right? Because it fell on a Sunday. Not weird, but it's kind of restrict. So I think most of the parties occurred on Saturday. So we were in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Mm-hmm. And we were at, and I wish I could remember the name of the bar we were at. Damn it. Really, really great bar. And we were sampling through some pours, met some people there just organically chit-chatting at the bar. And they said, well, what are y'all doing later? And we're like, I don't know, just heading back, I guess. And they're like, oh, well, you want to go to a Halloween party? And we're like, well, of course we do. Yes. Yeah. Of course. Is there going to be drinking and dancing? Yes. And music. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, yeah. Then the answer is yes, we want to go. We went to the VFW in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Now, I didn't meet a single veteran while I was there. And there were multiple people that asked me if I was a veteran. And of course, I unfortunately, I had to respond, no, I was not. So I don't actually know how it's the VFW, but it was the VFW of Santa Fe without any veterans. So, but the good news is we were supporting the cause.
Absolutely.
So
good times, huh?
We were drinking plenty. Yeah. But, you know what? One thing I didn't mention real quick. So we went to this bar in, it was in Santa Fe also. And it's called Radish and Rye. And holy shit, did we have a tasting. We had Pappy 23. We had, I'm still a little foggy from the weekend, I can't lie. So we had Pappy 23. And what's the other one that we had George T. Stagg. We got a taste of, and there's one more. That's some great cocktails, man. They did this. They did like a riff on a smoked old fashioned, but the smoke was actually pipe tobacco. So instead of using wood to smoke it with, they had, they put the pipe tobacco in the little smoking contraption. Cool. Yeah. And they did it with the tobacco. It may be the best damn old-fashioned riff I've ever had. Remember the place Cibo di Beve? They had the like the praline old-fashioned kind of thing. This one topped it. Up until this point, that had been the best one that I had. This one actually topped it. And through the whole thing, and again, a lot of people don't smoke, right? But I've never really heard anyone like get a waft of pipe tobacco and be like, oh my God, it stinks. Like everybody's like, oh my God, that smells so good. It's that sweet kind of aromatic. And like through the whole cocktail, you could just taste that pipe tobacco, man. It was so freaking good. So good.
That sounds awesome. Yeah. That really sounds good. Yeah.
So needless to say, I got to go get some pipe tobacco.
And you're going to get kicked out of your spot now.
Well, here's what I was wondering though, because it's a no smoking restaurant.
It must be in the device they had, right? So they put it in their glass and they push it up and then it ventilates out or something.
No. He pours it into this into a carafe, and then he covers it up and he comes over and he pours it, and the smoke is like, I think I posted a video on Instagram at birdies_bourbon. No, the smoke is there and it just kind of dissipates throughout the building, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, I thought it was a no smoking restaurant.
Oh, Cal was trying to cause trouble.
I will see. Just keep the fines coming our way.
Put them over the corner with the other ones.
Start wallpapering with those babies. So, hey, until next time, hey, we'd appreciate it if you would like and follow the show. We'd appreciate any reviews you'd like to leave as well. And if there's anything that you'd like for us to review, we do have a little bit of booze behind us. If there's bottles you have questions about, if we don't have it, we're happy to go out and get it, leave a review for you, help you maybe in deciding what's the next bottle for you to buy to enjoy for yourself. Dan?
There you go.
Cheers.
Mayakoba.